2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday the 23rd of August and it's National Sponge Cake Day. And a big happy birthday to Trixie Mattel, Sean Ryder, Julian Casablancas and Indiana Massara. It's turning into a summer of strikes in the UK, with almost 2,000 workers at Britain's largest container port holding their second day of strikes on Monday. Members of Unite at Felixstowe, where nearly half of the UK's containerised freight travels through, are walking out for 8 days in a dispute over pay, leading to fears trade will be severely disrupted. Tory MP Kevin Hollinrake says supply chain pressures pushing prices up are exacerbating the cost of living crisis.
I think for certain cohorts to say their priorities are more important than the rest of us is entirely wrong. Therefore, I do support extra measures that would clamp down on what I think are these inappropriate strikes at this time.
It comes as barristers in England and Wales voted in favour of an all-out strike in a row with the government over pay and legal aid. From September the 5th, they'll stop taking new cases. The Justice Minister called it irresponsible, but criminal barrister Simon Spence QC feels they had no other choice.
We've been patient, we've waited for the government to engage with us. They're simply refusing to do so, and so we've had to escalate the action. Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer says the zombie government is doing nothing to resolve these disputes.
I want to see the government step in and actually help resolve these issues. Instead of that, we've got the government doing absolutely nothing.
There's more bad news when it comes to our annual energy bills, as consultancy firm Cornwall Insight reckons they could top £5,300 from April. The company ramped up its latest forecast ahead of the October cap being announced on Friday. Experts have warned of blackouts over the winter, but Number 10 says we can be confident that energy supplies won't dwindle. Shadow Levelling Up Minister Alex Norris says the Tory leadership race is a waste of time and ignoring the real issues.
What's really frightening for me is that at a time when families are really struggling, when people up and down the country are so concerned, that the conversation that's being had in the leadership contest doesn't seem to reflect those concerns and to meet that challenge.
Alex believes Keir Starmer's proposed freeze of the energy price cap would instantly give families security. But Dale Vince, founder of Ecotricity, says the price cap caused the bankruptcy of 30 energy companies last winter and cost the public some £6 billion in rescue money. But they shouldn't have to foot the bill.
This problem predates the Ukrainian war. We have a systemic failure in the energy market. The government does need to intervene. We shouldn't expect customers to pay the cost of this failure and the Ukraine war.
As Ukraine prepares for Independence Day on Wednesday, accusations are flying over the apparent assassination of 29-year-old Daria Dugina. Russia's security service claims Ukrainian special forces targeted Dugina, daughter of one of Vladimir Putin's allies, and that a device was planted on the vehicle she was driving on Saturday. But Ukraine's Deputy Prime Minister for European and Euro-Atlantic integration has insisted her country is not responsible. Former ambassador to Russia Sir Tony Brenton admits there are all sorts of wild conspiracy theories, and it is possible Ukraine may have done it.
I think actually it's quite unlikely. Russia is a pretty tightly controlled state at the moment. But for a state with which they are at war, to organise a car bombing in Moscow, i.e. bang in the centre of the Russian security concerns, looks like a pretty tough order.
Russia expert Edward Lucas spoke of a hall of mirrors with all the claims and counterclaims, but says it's more likely to be some sort of internal machination.
I think that the answer for this lies fundamentally in Moscow and in something probably deeply unpleasant and very worrying, which we are yet to find out the full details about.
In Singapore, a ban on gay sex is finally coming to an end. The law as it stands states that offenders can be jailed for up to 2 years, although it's not currently being enforced. Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong says attitudes in the socially conservative state have shifted appreciably towards homosexuality.
The government will repeal Section 377A and decriminalise sex between men. I believe this is the right thing to do and something that most Singaporeans will now accept.
It was very welcome news, with LGBT activists calling the move a win for humanity. And here's how a group of Singaporeans reacted when they heard.
The government will repeal Section 377.
Still to come on the Smart 7, big news from Love Island, and Man United versus Liverpool ends in delight for Eric. Right after this. Welcome back.
3,
It hasn't been a great start to the new Premier League season for either Liverpool or Man United. Both have struggled, with Liverpool picking up 2 points from 2 draws, while United failed to win either of their first 2 games. Monday night at Old Trafford saw new United manager Erik ten Hag eager to score some points and restart the Liverpool rivalry. And when Man United managed to win the game 2-1, he was pretty excited.
It's all about attitude. And now you see, we bring the attitude on the pitch. There was communication, there was a fighting spirit, and especially there was team. And then you can see what they can achieve because they can play football.
Well, it's been a roller coaster, but her Love Island journey has come to an end. Laura Whitmore announced on Insta on Monday night that she's done with the island and won't be hosting the ITV2 hit show anymore. She says there are some elements she found difficult, including all of the travel, and so she's hanging up her stilettos and stepping down. Heat magazine's chief content officer and showbiz queen Lucy Cave says,
"The news of Laura quitting Love Island has come as a real surprise to us at Heat. We absolutely loved her in the villa, and I thought she genuinely loved doing the show, but from her statement, it seems perhaps not. It's not really clear exactly the reasons why. Maybe she's even been offered another job. Could she be hosting the new series of Big Brother? Why has she left? That is the big question. And more importantly, who is going to replace her?"
By the way, if you love showbiz, you're going to love the Heat 7, launching soon. If you're missing WandaVision, there's a new Elizabeth Olsen series on the way. She plays axe murderer and housewife Candy Montgomery in HBO Max's Love and Death. It's an American crime drama miniseries directed by Leslie Linker Glatter, and it premieres next year. It's based on a true story, as Montgomery killed her best friend in 1980 after having an affair with said best friend's husband.
I've done all the things a wife is supposed to do. House, kids, the meals. I'm very attracted to you. Would you be interested in having an affair?
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day.
Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.